those of you who do not know me, I am a divine channel and a light language healer. And being a divine channel, I merely convey messages from the many master teachers in the different dimensions. So the ascended masters, the archangels, the galactics, and many of the other light beings. And being a light language healer, I always say, well, in layman terms, it's like on a conscience level, you're not going to understand it because it's like minion language. And that's okay because you don't need to understand it, but your soul understands it just beautifully. And that's what it's all about. It's about healing, and it's a very powerful form of healing. So the card for this week is the Elohim. And I love the council of the Elohim. And so it's all about the grace of unconditional love and light. And it's really all about returning to that love for ourselves and each other. And I know I say that a lot in my podcasts. And it really is all about that because, wow, what would happen if we come from a place of joy, if we come from a place of love, and we weren't opinionated, we weren't judgy anymore. We just be in harmony with one another. The world would be a better place. So it's really right now where we're at, it's really about that shifting from that third dimensional perspective into the fifth. And that's that shift in consciousness where we're balancing the masculine and the feminine. So the more earthly, the material, and the spiritual. And actually, do you know what? On this quantum level that we're in right now, more people are awakening and entering the process of healing and raising their vibrational energy and expanding their sense of awareness into this higher state of being. Yeah, and what happens then, this in turn actually allows for it to spread like a spark throughout the whole of the collective and all of the cosmos, because everything is connected. We are all connected. So when we are programmed by fear, and that's what we add to the collective. And I always say fear is merely the beta blocker in the mind. It's it's the Joker to your peeing in your pants Batman, because that's the way you're programmed. We have a fear of dying, we have a fear of living. What will it be? But death, there is no death. I always say there is no death because that's merely ingrained within us and it's in the human dictionary. But we're energy. So all we do at the end of the day, when we leave our physical garment, we transform and we remain that energy. And whether we choose to reincarnate, that's entirely up to us. But the other thing that I do want to point out is that Mother Earth is actually a living being, and it's moving into this next stage of evolution, her next incarnation. And I really want to emphasize this, the importance that we all make the necessary changes within ourselves. If we want to make the world a better place, we have to do the inner work, because if we do the inner work, the outer will also change. That is not rocket science. That's energy. That's the law of cause and effect. Everything starts with us. If you want to have a better life, then it starts with you. It starts by taking responsibility for your own life. It starts by healing. It starts by doing the inner work, changing the energy to change the outer. I just want to briefly talk about the Council of the Elohim. And this is another council of light, so to speak. I've channeled them at various stages, and they consist of the architects of the cosmos. So these are the architects of the many planets within the multiverse. They consist of the archangels, and many of the archangels were actually Anunnaki, and some of the Egyptian deities also incarnated as Anunnaki. They also consist of many other angelic beings and the Seraphim. But just to come back on the Anunnaki and the archangels, when we split the word archangel, we get arc, which is a spacecraft. Then we have the H in the middle. And then we have angel, which means a celestial being of the heavens. In other words, the archangels, who were once Anunnaki, well, many of them, were star beings. And I mean, they are star beings. And the Anunnaki, and it was not just the Anunnaki, but the Anunnaki genetically manufactured humanity and also had relations with them. And you say, how is that possible? Well, actually, the Anunnaki made humanity in the likeness of their image. Of course, they did. And we are human. And when you split that word up again, human, you get HUE, which is you, light man. We are walking light man. That because our soul, our energy is encapsulated within this beautiful physical essence. And that's how we get to experience life on this planet. The Anunnaki, or as I said, the were actually the archangels, they experimented by mixing their own genes with the Homo erectus and the Neanderthal species. And this was to create a species that would actually serve them. I didn't say enslave, I said serve them. But they were so far advanced that mankind actually looked up to them and revered them as the gods of heaven and earth. Because, in actual fact, they were our creators. And in turn, we are creators creating our own life by creating our experiences. And what we create, we add to the collective. So, yeah, we are actually sproutlings of the stars, and we are all star seeds. And the Anunnaki didn't just create humanity, I mean, they actually colonized many planets within the multiverse, using their genetic engineering and modifying as they saw fit. And they seeded so many planets with many different species. And that's actually quite something to behold. But they weren't the only ones, because there were many other species that did the same thing. I mean, there is such an eclectic bunch within the multiverse that we only know a fraction of all the star beings out there. And lastly, to touch on the Garden of Eden. And Eden is actually an acronym, and it was channeled to me several years ago. And it actually stands for Earth's Discovery Exploration Network. And it wasn't some garden where Adam and Eve were running around and frolicking in the bushes, trying to figure out what to do with the hole in Eve and the stick on Adam. Just as much as the Ark, Noah's Ark, wasn't a wooden ark, but it was a spacecraft. Noah was a tall, well built hybrid, and he was a brilliant scientific engineer. I mean, can you imagine a wooden ark filled with the 35,000 species that inhabited the earth at that time? Oh my God, the ark would have reached the high heavens. And I think there were only 8 in his family. That's just an improbability, an impossibility. No, I'm sorry. The ark was a spacecraft that housed the DNA of every created specimen of the earthly animals and the species that were lost in the massive localized floods. The whole world did not get swallowed by a massive deluge of water. And the animals could always, with the DNA, the animals could always be recreated in a lab. And that's what they were known for, the hybrids and the Anunnaki. There are 2 light language transmissions. One is for the morning when you wake up, and the other is right before you go to sleep or before you retire to go to bed. I know that some of you may have been waking up between like 2 and 4 a.m. and that is merely because of the energies that are swirling around. I mean, sometimes when I get downloads, I will be awake for half the night and it's like I have to go up and down the toilet. And that's how I know that I'm getting the downloads. But it's also that because our bodies are bombarded with the solar flares, it may be that you're experiencing that time is or seems faster. And you may also be feeling that intense energy because you're actually adjusting. Your vibration is adjusting to the higher fields of consciousness. And if you feel disorientated, don't worry about it. It's merely because you're shifting. And also, unusual aches and pains in different parts of the body. And that's merely because your body is purifying itself and it's shifting. And you may find that your dietary requirements are changing or have changed as well. And then, where if you suffer from short term memory loss, I have it. We can say it's age, but it's merely that, again, we're shifting. So, these are just some of the symptoms. And there's nothing to worry about, just embrace it all. So, this is the evening transmission. And I will pre warn you the morning one is a little lighter, but I know they're going to come on the archangels and the other light beings of the Elohim will come through pretty strong. But just when you hear these codes again, just absorb them and allow for them to integrate within your body. And I just want you to find a comfortable place to sit or either lie down and just close your eyes and just take a very deep breath in all the way from your root chakra and up to your crown chakra. Hold it for 4 and breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Hold it. And breathe out. So this light language transmission is all about unconditional love. But as they said, it's also about shifting your consciousness and getting rid of any of these negative emotions that you may still hold on to. They put it as a bombardment of light codes that will be flowing through you. Hosilia hani na hatika hani kita sikitaile ma hatikititia ma la hatikatia ma suya ma hatakititaile ma hatakata ushikitaia ma ho utikititia ma ha. They're putting you in 4 pillars of crystalline white pure light, and they're encapsulating you in in a fuzzy pink, as they call it, just to keep you warm and encapsulated within their warmth. So sila hani kita aigini ma haditi jalla bta kitikaya ma thalila yathekaya mo uyi ma hatikiti ma hatta aichuki chicha maki. Tahini kisila ba hai ma hutuki chicha maka isi milaya ma ha hati ma hatiki afaya maka iti atakatai. These are the many archangels that are surrounding you. So khela hali mikita aima su yamalakata inika ahani malata yamahati kitu yamasikita yamahati yoshaya hoyamaha. Hoshikata igini mitita hani kituchuchuchima. Katati mathakalaya no mahani kita nyos kita ini mahani mahani machikiti a Huia sila la maya kuina ya mahuri mikita ay mahali mikitutu ay machui mahai. Thelai mahain hai mahui mahai. Tukini makata athi kataya mahuti kata ni hathikitu. Tusi ia malahi tikatau makata mahati mahui sikata ina mahati kitu. Loya malaketaya mahun puya makachushu masikataya mahuya masia lahuya atakataya lukata mai nikiti si maya huya paya moko iya malahi nikatu to see hai to iya malasi kataya mahui sia ayaku iya maui sia mai katia maloya mahita kanaya makata niya lauya makata ayusikata Hi, Sahini Yamahali Yanakiti Ayamahani Mikiti Ale Ayamaha Atiti Yamakati Yamatu Yamahasikiti Yamahalakti Ayu Atika. I'm just going to say that by your throat and they gradually working their way down. So, Amai Alaini Asagini Malaya Kai Yamahatikitu Yamalaya Mahitikata Yamahasikiti Yamalari Mani Kutu Isikiti. Chuchima Yumalia Tayamaya Makati Yamalaya Makatu Isiktai Mataya Matui Masikata. Ha isi mahini athai makasini makaini athaini makatia maka working the way to the heart area. See mahni makati ayamatu chujimikita ititi amakati atiha. And just feel, as I always say, and they always say, just feel these light codes flowing through you, through the crown chakra, and it's like this massive pillar of encoded light codes. So see alaya makata inikita tikata mini amakati kita chushima la hatikiti yamatika nikata Talia you maka sikata inai makata ushale bahadakiti yamalekata yati yamaku ishika sasi yamalu ye kuchima kata te ati kama ti yamatika atik inisi hatutu yamaha So yamani isikiti yamakatu yamaliha tika ti amasikata tikama sikata atikata ayisi alai takata yamahati yama atakata isimi yamakati titia Wahini hatniki hatnikutuan mikita isikata ni hatikata itikata tubeka Ha ni hiti kisimale ma hisikati ida yamalu yamala hati ya hanikit ani mala hati ti ayima kuto yamasikata tata yamaha Hushini ala thikari yama yamahiti katita maya asikati ati yama atatata they're working their way down to the solar plexus susima katati ayimalu siya Thakita malekata nikita ushimiti yama atakata Oh, you might say, and they say, just allow for the light to go where it needs to go because for everyone, as they say, it is different. So, salahine kiti ayimasaka sisaya maluya malakata yimakatu hanikata hasikiti ayimahanikata umatikata atikotu isikata nitikama nikata asika. Hoya mali hite kalini malahuya makatai mahini kata ui masika ya tikatai mahoya ya yo pa titi ya hoyini hale ya mahisi katai malakiti ya ma ya thalali ala de makata oya isi ala uya mahini katai mahata ka adri mani mai malatai makata Sikata iselale mahanila wahatikta inuskata letharnaya pokata inathalaya maki pasiknia hosikt thinkademi hatnya oh Yusi la la thikai ayima thayla ini atakatiti atatita ngayma la tekatata poisa alla hay tisikin ay khania la ika ay usikta Paya ministela yusikiti yasimia yamakatu eti siti la ihimpata po ikika lukatimi ya hanikata isika niti a haika anikitsi ayim hanyakata ayisakati ayisimayake daki tete ama uya hoya lidi amaya kaya mahania susila ayusini ama uyisi and I'm going to bring in the Seraphim just to make it a little bit lighter because the archangels can be a little forceful sometimes. Sisi hai suhi hai mikita ai isi atika isi ai ma ai o ma lisi ai ko tutu ma la de a thiket ni mai ti su ai yasikata la hasikiti asui yasika ha hisika isaka isi hi ma la ta kati ko ki ha ni ta katu isi ma hai tikita anisia we yes kete ki na kete han kete ti ui sia maku ti ala la la isi ti ma masi kete ti ane maku sini and just allow that to flow through you very very gently. It's a very soft energy. Hasikata isimisia isusia makasu isia lakatu. Ha tulisima lakata. Susia laki kukabaki isakata. No, ikata takita tamalakata katika kahali katututusi makata. Kikali kitakatushima ajuko tukutuka. Tek 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 ha. O et kit ayimisa kita. Hoi sikate iyamahu kisi iti ti 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 asi kiti ti 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 hu tikitati I. And what they're doing right now is just giving you more clarity. Susikata sikati kimala tikati ma atsi ma sikata asikaturio mala ti yama tikata ti 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 ama tikini makata tutu isikata inni maka takata tutu makata ti ai ku isikata tata ui makata u tekata u tika tika mu tuti atakati tarmila u Husika yumalisika yami ni makata etikata siya kuya makai u inaka sini malia vikani amalaka tiama kata ika atikata miyana uktikata ita mo itakati mukata titi susimala kati atikita matikata isikata chuchumakata kitikita Hoi masi I hoi masi ni ama kushini kata atia makatita kukate kate yathika. Oh shishima kuisina ni athala yama ka oyama katia ikitia malakti yusini shini la yusini ushikita yama kuyini Misiala hinaka isiniana makatutu yamasini athia yusinia makata ay makata tita limikate atikate anikata usikata tukina. Oh, and they're saying just take a very gentle breath in. Sushia imasini alakini alamia masi and just breathe out. Susini la heya mahuya mahasini la huya makataya malo huiha. Kusimi la katai mutika dinkana mitika te ushi kiti ayamakatu. Hoshini sute I like it ni yama. Sisi yamani kata inesimi uyama kata titi. And they're gently growing to retreat. Osila ka ika nka ntisi amaku chi chama kata titi mala sailu mela tutira la kinna ui masikata inna la la ya and they want to say thank you to you and they bow in gratitude as they always do. And they say no, that the healing takes several days to integrate, but make sure to drink a lot of water because things will start to shift within your life. Sisania, kutemela hunimikatati imakatasi amakatai malutha maikini athalelea yu puchichaka nikata yu simikata unya yu. And whenever you're ready, you don't have to open your eyes right now. Do that in your own time. But whenever you're ready, at some stage, you can open your eyes. I hope this healing has helped you. I always get on a terrible high when I work with the many archangels, especially because in the council there are so many angelic beings. It makes me, I feel like on a very high, natural high right now, and I also need to have a glass of water. So thank you and have a lovely week.
The morning light language transmission will commence in 3 minutes.
This is the morning light language transmission with the Elohim, the archangels. And you can either sit down or lie down, whatever is more comfortable for you. And just close your eyes. Just take a very deep breath in. Hold it. And gently breathe out. And just take another deep breath in. Hold it. And breathe out. And just keep gently breathing in and out. whilst I bring through the morning light codes to help give you a nudge and shift your consciousness. So if you're in a funk, it's also to get you out of a funk, but it's also to tune you up. Ushmahiliani henia, Ushmahiliani henia, Ushmahiliani henia. That just means to be in the flow of things. And also, they're putting you in a beautiful blue bubble. And they're just saying, allow for whatever light codes to come through and to gently flow through you. Huisilai unikatia malahatia mahatia mahuya maha akakia ikinikita ikinia laha nikita tatai mahu uha inika atuya maa khilea thakitia la ya mahu itititia malalarini athikitiki akika yimahati ikita yima uyama kata itikita Thuhi siyama hetikate malahia hateke annikitiki istiktima ahati oyimakata. Thuhilea kushimelakata iknikita unnikita etika mahatitita yimatu yesikala. Thuli ininiana yimahatika hatikte annikita itika otikamaktu. Hasilalalaiatika uimaha wushnikiti annikata pu nikita ntita makatu isikiti matiti akutu uititi a. Hini rahi hitikita anni makatu unkata titi aima sui kusia ima ushikiti iya makatai titi isikita ya kunikita matiti ya. Ho tikiti ay tikata unikita ay suhisi la 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 hui atai ma hui kata ui si ya ma ui ma ui hasi la 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 ma kata unikita tita ay oi atikiti ma la nga ikata unika ama hui yakaka So lehtikitia mahatikita nukan isia lathimikiti ana maka nikata uima nikata yaha nike isia mika isikata nika itaya Hisinia Luisikatia Mahayama Tikata Nikita Sama Lokata Chakatu Sule hathakiti titiamaka niki isikata yama ahanikata inikatu yusu to your way my io tikata ikata titiama uisikatin yukata tiama la thikata yama uyama hitikina isikati Isi ala kanyama katuima hisikti nita yuma hatiti yama pu itikita titima la isi ya hatati tiama Tuhi nikidi ohani lahani kata nikatu nikete nikatu ushika uishi ni alala kuya mahati tije mahati titi oke iti titi mako tikata uisi ni they're saying they're just realigning you Ushikitititi atakatatata. Ready for another day. Sulithi ala hayama hayka kuisikita ayo ayakanka you antikuisi aluyai ushikitita yamahoya hatikita. Hayate yahayim ahisikita ya yusuku yamahita ta ayu ya ala tikutik sikiti etikta. Si hala tikita ayu si hala tukiti iti sala ha yitiki anti sama okui hita kititi asila lalai atikita yaka tikita maha sila hi tikina sikitu wisikitu isi titita lathia yo hasi yo yamaya hakata aya hu Wethia hui maha iti isa uika mati kita ita katu ya mata ho chichi ya ma Kitama, Ushmali hai inika, Ushmali ahi, Ushmali hatikataya makuti, I the athikata, Tiamaku atakadiku, Isikata umakata, Uyama, o, eta. Ho shini athea la 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 ki aye maho nikita nisi la hitik nkata oi. Sia tik ha ha he hatu ha kata isi u hati na ma ui atha ui ai kata o kit te isi aha pulia mahai mu hui si ha hatu I mi ikata mai atha mui tikiti ayama hui aha Oshihia mahuti kita. Oshinile athaka inka nchikit Suli akata. Katam isilip ke inwesa yushi nik papa titi aditi market kitati. Uye na hati yamaha. Suhi alothi. Kata. And they're just saying, just allow these codes to flow through you. Just keep breathing very, very gently as they slowly retreat. Tusila tatayama ui tisia hiya mahatala laiha nikato alama hatititaiku a usi nikita a hai nikitsa likita tatayama uchukuchit etekdena mato to seta eta u a tite ayama ushika. And they bow in gratitude. And whenever you're ready, there's no rush, just open your eyes. And I hope this transmission helps you to start your day off just right.